So hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So a beer that I picked up from Smiling Grape for my birthday, and it's called Skoosh. Skoosh. It's a session IPA, 4.2% volume. It's got some writing on the back. Goes very nicely with Caesar salad, Thai green curry, salt and vinegar discos. Seen on Spotify apparently. Our session IPA, hazy, juicy, and packed with tropical hop aroma, balanced, sessionable and full flavoured beer. Exhale Brewing, Unit 2, Uplands, Business Park, E17 5QJ. I have absolutely no idea where that even is. Hops are Citra, Mosaic, Idaho 7 and Azaka. So some good hops in the pour. Let's see how it goes. Thankfully not lively out of the can. I'm going to take off the first bit. So at the moment it's looking slightly hazy with plenty of carbonation, a lovely bright fluffy white head on there, but I'm going to take some of the head off. I want to get the rest of the can in. There's a bit left, so it may go a bit more hazier, and it may not. Skoosh. So, like I say, the carbonation's absolutely rocking. It sucks, man. There we go. Really frothy orangey pour. 4.2%. I've never heard of Exhale Brewing. You know, and then there's 2,500 breweries in the UK. Some have gone, yes, some have gone, but a load more have come in. Maybe smaller, maybe with more ambition, maybe with all breweries. You know, some people, breweries close. A Nottingham brewery closed. A few Nottingham breweries have closed, but two of them closed because the bloke wanted to retire and get away from it. One closed because he had no interest in the brewery anymore. He kind of gave up, wasn't interested. Wasn't there for a year. I told you everything. Your brewery, you're not there for a year. You're building it home. And this, if this replicates around, I mean, if you're working your arse off and the brewery still closes and you're doing everything right, then that is sad. That really, really is sad. But there's a story behind every good brewery and every brewery that's closed and every brewery that's been sold on and sold on to a bigger brewery. Obviously, money comes into play. There's a lot of greed in the world, isn't there? There always has been, always will be. You know, there's people with money who can do whatever they like. Put a carrot in front of people and unfortunately the carrot's swallowed. It's a really hoppy pour, this. Like I said, I don't know Exhale Brewing, so I do apologise to Exhale Brewing. You know, I don't do any recceing up before I do beer reviews. Unless I know the brewery, then I can't tell about the brewery. Same with the beer. I don't do any beforehand learning, as it were. I mean, why would I? You know, I do this as a hobby, just to review a few beers. Greatest excuse in the world, but there you go. There's tropical notes coming across. There's a dankness to this. You won't know the ABV. It could be one of those 3% beers, or it could be a 5.5%. It's one of them beers that hides the ABV very well. It's tasting nice, you know. It seems to have calmed down now a bit on the. It's a bit more hazier now. I'll look at the colour that I see on the camera rather than the colour I see at the back here, because the colour on the camera has got the light on it, which shows it up better than the colour I see at the back, which is because it's darker. There's no light coming this way, otherwise you wouldn't see me. Although in a TV studio they do have light at the back of them, don't they? And then have to wear makeup because they're all, you know, it's so bright. Yeah, put sun cream on to go in front of a TV camera. Thankfully this isn't a TV thing. Although I've got 3 decent lights beaming down on me. I suppose at some stage what I could do is actually run another set of lights and have 6 lights beaming down on me. That would be a very bright, because lighting is absolutely critical. Although I've just looked at the lights and now I'm absolutely blinded by the bloody light. Yeah, there's a song about that somewhere. I'm sure there is. It certainly delivers. I don't know about the food tasting. I'm not one for green Thai curries. Although I've had one at work before. Did taste nice as well. Bought it home as well. Went down a storm with the family. Those of us who ate it, at least. There's a nice twang to it. Super easy drinking. I've got another from this brewery as well, somewhere. Yeah, this one, the Nipa. Uma Nipa, Exhale Brewing. So, one for a review on another day. Keep trying to chop and change all the breweries I've got. I don't want to focus on, get too many from the same brewery, chop and change. These days I do much less from local now. And the reason behind that is because they're not putting any into cans and bottles, which is really sad. And I'm certainly not seeing them. It used to be really easy to get them from adventurebeer.co.uk, but these days even they aren't updating their site very much. It does beg the question where COVID was a great time in a lot of ways, you know, because COVID actually, well, I found Smiling Grape through COVID, so that tells you everything. Just before COVID, slightly anyway. But yeah, COVID got breweries to be able to sell their beer, to put it into bottles, cans and mini kegs, and to keep them alive. And it's funny really, had they thought about COVID better, that a lot of people would have carried on going to work. Yeah, it's a funny thing. I mean, I actually never had any time off work. No, I never had any full weeks off work. I went in for 2 days, had my money paid, but that wasn't actually them claiming for COVID. That was actually them. That was a kind gesture. And then I went to work for where I work for now. Work 2 or 3 days a week, and that was only for a month or 2. And then they decided to put me back in full time, whilst the others were still on getting COVID. Although technically they were still working, as many were in COVID. A lot of people used it to claim the money and then, you know, still do the work. Yeah. And I wonder how many of them got caught out. But if the country's in a shit state now, then a lot of them companies are across the country who fiddle with the system, rightly or wrongly, and are struggling now, then, you know, calm. This is a very easy drinking session IPA. Nothing stands out big in flavour. It just comes across tropical with a bit of dankness to it, but it's easy drinking, it's tasting nice. Would I drink it again? Probably not. You know, not a beer that I'd go for again, but I enjoyed it anyway. For me, a 4.1 out of 5. Thank you for watching. See you soon.